Okay, I think now we are live and we're recording. This is a live session. Okay, welcome back. But before we actually do that, let's go to music, chill music. Let's look for serotonin from the sun, and then we're gonna do open with VOC media. Okay, now I think that's good. 35% is okay. Okay, welcome back to the channel. This is the Prokon Geek, and yes, it's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded any video to my channel. So I thought to myself, you know what? Let's do a live video where I'll be designing something that is actually, or something that I'm actually working on right now, and you guys can see how I actually do it as we also listen to some music. So this one is going to be on repeat. Yes, it's angled on repeat. Hopefully you guys also enjoy it. Hopefully I'm screaming loud enough so that my voice is audible above the music. Okay, serotonin from the scan is running. So yeah, so what we're doing is today we got F beam 7. So let me just reduce a little bit. So we have F beam 7, which we designed using grade 25 concrete, 450 MPa for the steel, 250 for the links. Percentage redistribution is 15, is downward, is not optimized. The cover to the center of the steel is 40/40. Then obviously we're using BS, so it's 1.4 and 1.6, and the density of the concrete is 24, and the live load permanent is 25. Creep factor is 2. Okay, this is just the basics. So the sections of this beam is going to be a 220 by 500 beam. Sorry about that. So it's a 220 by 500 beam. Okay, that's the section. And for the spans, it's going to have two spans. It's going to have the 1.8 and the 1.60. And for the supports, so what's happening, it's going to have two columns, which are 220 by 220. And then one part is going to be cantilevered, which is the C part, right? 220 to 220 as well. You just put it out there. And in terms of the loads, it's going to have some walls on top of it. So that's why you see there's wall loads, and then there's going to be slab loads, right? And then also, please note, this is in demo mode. This is Prokon in demo. So everything I'm using right now is in demo. I'm just trying to show you you can get the same quality even if you're using demo. So after you enter everything, the next thing you want to do is just go to view, and this is where you can see the deflections and also everything else, the moment, the shear, and the steel that you need. And as you can see, the elastic deflections, even though it's loaded with another beam at the end, let me just show you. If you go to input and you go to the loads, if you just want to scroll down, it has another beam which is going to be resting on top of it, right? Beam 5 putting 55 kilonewtons at the end. But if you go to view moments and shear, you'll see, even with that, the deflection is 12.7 max. Okay, after you load everything with reinforcement, and the limit we usually want to play with is 20. 25 is okay. 35 you start having finishing is crack, so you don't want to do that. 50 is just pushing it beyond anything you want. So if we check the maximum moment and maximum shear, we see that since one part is cantilevered, obviously over the support that is going to be cantilevered is where you're going to be having your maximum moment. In this case, 204.2. all right, and that's where the maximum shear is going to be as well. So you just add this one at this part and this one at the other part. All right, so for the steel, this one gives you the steel that you require given the shear and the moment that is going to be there. So the top one is for your links, right? Then the bottom one is for your longitudinal bars, right? So we don't worry about the output file or the crack file. We go to reinforcement. In our case, this is what it happens. It gives you what type. Is it a normal beam? Is it a slab? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Excuse me. Okay, and in our case we're choosing 1 because it's a normal beam. The maximum bar length, let's just go with 6. The minimum diameter, 12 is okay, 20 is okay, 20 is okay. I already did this, but I'm just going to show you through so we can actually regenerate. So I'm going to put 60 there, and everything else is okay. So generate reinforcement, existing bars will be overwritten. Yes, continue. Okay, so normally this is what's going to be set up. This is going to be the setup that you're going to have, right? And in our case, as you can see, it's telling you you need 3 Y20s there, 2 16s over there. But then this is what I like to do. I like to play around with it, just see if I can move the bars a bit, because this is what is going to go. So this is a normal thing that I usually do once is there, because I'm trying to set up the bending schedule way before I even go and start detailing. Because what we're going to do is we are detailing this beam. I've already designed it, but now I'm just want to see fine-tuning the steel and putting the bars where I need them. All right, so in this case I think 5Y20 is just too crowded for me. So what I'm gonna do is, let me try and put some 25s, put them to 2. Right, so that doesn't change too much. So what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna put this at 32. All right, so that is too much. And then what I'm gonna do is grab this bar, then delete that bar. All right, so in this case that point is going to be loaded immensely. As you can see, 2Y32s do not even cut it. So what we're gonna do is we want to add a top bar. In our case, let's just make number of bars 1. So we're just gonna make a 16, and then we're gonna drag it to that point. And let's see, does a 16 change anything? Actually, it does not change anything. Wow, this is a very pretty loaded beam. So let's just put our 32s all the way there. Right, this is a 2Y32s. So let's just delete this bar. Yep, delete that bar. And Y16, delete that bar. Alright, that's okay. So I put in my 32s, and I'm looking at the blue line needs to be below the red line. So what I'm gonna do is, in this case, so I need a 16 all the way to that point. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this from shape card, what is this? This is shape code 20. So I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna put 37. Alright, so it's gonna be hooked at this end. So we're gonna drive it all the way to that point, which is okay with me. Then the next thing that we're gonna do, all right, so this will be difficult to lap Y32s, 2Y32. So I'm just gonna make it a shape code 38, because it's pretty difficult to have two like 4Y32s such a beam. So this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna push them all the way there. We're gonna fine tune it later, but then don't worry about it. Then we obviously have the 116, but what we're gonna do is, let me see if we can put a 12. Let's put a 12. So if you put a 12, because a 12 bar is pretty small, so you definitely don't want. So yeah, those 32s will work. So we're gonna have two 32s and one 12 at the top. Okay, that looks good, because everything in blue is now under the red. So 32 is definitely killing it, bro. As you can see, it's killing it. You could have put the 32 only. Let's see, that's the other thing. You can play around. That's the beauty of this, trying to play around with this. Because to be honest, putting 32s all the way to that other side, I'm not really liking that. So I'm deciding, well, this is what we can do. This is the basic process that you go through. You'll be just looking at, all right, does this work? Does this not work? If it doesn't work, then definitely means we need to do something else, right? It's as easy as that. So what you can do, right, in this case 32s need a level for about a meter or so. So 16s are not working in that point to that point. Let's see. So let's see, we might just have to put 16th, because right, so let's take the 32, let's move it back to that point. Let's make it a shape code 24 now. All right, you're gonna see the benefit of this later on. So this is shape code 32. All right, up to this point. And where's the 16? There's the 16. Oh my god, it's also, you need, the red line needs to be above, so remember that. So we need to extend, so there's no going around the 32s. We just need to put shape code 38. There's no going around 32s. They are needed, and we're just gonna have to put the 32s like this. And in this case, you have to delete. All right, so just delete the Y60 bar. So you're gonna use a 32, right? So the reason you see is because whenever you have a cantilever, your moments are gonna be huge as hell. So you always need huge bars. Now we've taken care of the top still, what we're gonna do is we need to now look at, right, so let me just close this. So initially I already had, like, as you can see, the bending schedule had already been generated for me, but I'm just gonna close it, okay, and we're gonna generate it again starting fresh. So there's no way. Usually what I want to do is I want 2 bars to lap off at the top, so instead of having like shapecode 38, so that I have shapecode 37. But in this case we cannot use shapecode 37 because that would mean we need 4 wide 32s in the beam, which is just too much. We don't have room for pouring the concrete. It's too much. So what we're gonna do is, now we have the top bars, we're taking off, we know we're gonna use 32s and there's no going past 32. So yeah, it is what it is. Next, what we're gonna do is we need to take care of the bottom beams, and for the bottom it's telling me 12s are okay, because if you check at the bottom we don't even have any movement there that is like supporting 12s. So this is what we're gonna do. In this case we're not gonna use shapecode. By default it gives you 35, which is the equivalent of 38, right? It's, as you can see, it gives you the same bar. Let me just change it so that you see, even if you change to 38 you still have the same bar. As you can see, you still have the same bar if you check it. Let me change it again to 35 so that you can definitely see I'm not lying to you. There you have 35. So there you go, you have 38, right? So this is, I'm actually doing this is what I need to print for the client. So what I'm doing right now is what I'm gonna do in real life. So this is why I'm thinking, this is the thought process that goes when I'm not making a tutorial. I think a lot. Whilst in the tutorials you already seen what I've already thought about. So in this case we are streaming, I'm doing this on that video, I'm just gonna put it the way that I'm just doing it right now. So in this case, for the bottom bars, what we're gonna do, I'm thinking of doing this shapecode 37, right? And let's push this bar. We're gonna use 2 bars, push 2 wide 12s over there. Then we just need to add a bottom bar, right? So the bottom bar we're gonna use 2 wide 12s as well. These are going to be laces. So what this is going to do is that they're going to be over the support, the point. So they're just going to lace. They're going to lap with these ones, then lap with the other ones as well. So we're also going to add another bottom bar. So 2 wide. You know, I'm just thinking of bumping it up, but nah, let's use 12s. You know, we don't want to over design it way too much. But then the moment there seems to be a little bit too much, because I'm checking it out and now I am clear of that. As you can see, the blue line is clear. So yep, we've taken care of that. So what we're gonna do is, this side is telling me if I put 12s I'm okay, right? Yeah, if I put 12s I'm okay, because that's the whole gist of it. You just want to put in still that's, yep, we go. Serotonin from the sun is still playing in case we need to switch it up or increase the volume. There we go, so that you guys can also like hear what I am hearing as well. So this is it. Now we got 2i12s bar mark 6 and 2i16s there, 2i12s there, and as you can see, this is perfect. Everything in blue is covered by everything in red. This means our beam is not going to fail. All right, so I think this is good for me. So then I go back to detailing parameters. Then I'm going to remove the 1 from first bar mark top and put it at first bar mark bottom. Right, so then I go back to main reinforcement. Then I say renumber bars. So what this does, it starts renaming the bars from the bottom, so that now I know I have bar mark 1, bar mark 2, and bar mark 3. Then I go back. So bar mark at the top needs to start from 4. So I go back to the top. Then I put 4. All right, and I go back to main reinforcement, then renumber the bars. There we go, it's good. Next I need to go to the stirrups. So initially it proposed 2 types of stirrups, R8s and R10s, SA and SB. Let me see why it's saying that. The reason why it wanted to put this in different positions, but now let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to stirrups and I'm just going to delete second line. Then this one I'm just going to make them Y8, right? So I make them Y8 and I go back to shear reinforcement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything else, then start off with the first one. Then I'm going to show this where I want my stirrups to begin and where I want them to end. And as you can see, the shear is now taken care of and it's now below. Okay, I just wanted you to have a feel of the track. but now I think it's good. Let's hear my voice. Oh, we could change. No, let's change. This is the reason. It's a live stream. It's not like, doesn't have to conform to certain what do you call this, certain standards. So we just, hopefully you can. Okay, now that feels good. Right. Okay, cool. Let's go back. So as I was saying, I was talking about the stirrups. So there, as you can see, so now I have 9 SA, and now remember, the stirrup SA is a Y8, shape code 60, and the reinforcement is, I've put it at 200 spacing. So we're gonna have 9 stirrups for the first span, and as you can see, that takes care of all the shear that we had initially, and we're good to go with that. And also, no, wait, we're gonna have to put 200 again. This time we want to go to span 2, and for the offset I'm just gonna say 1, and then put 1. So you see what happens. This is what it does. For the length I'm just gonna put 1. Now you can see the arrow pops up, and you can move this all the way to where you have the other beam coming in, because this is where it will definitely need to take care of that shear that's coming in. So as you can see, you're gonna have, so what you can do just to make sure that you also provide what we call hanger stirrups, I'm just gonna push 4 at 200 there, then I'm gonna add this one, then I'm gonna put it at 150. It's gonna be on span 2, then the offset is gonna be at an offset of 0.5, then the length is going to be 0.25. This is just so that I can see the arrow. So this is what we're gonna do. So these are going to be extra stirrups that I'm gonna be putting, and in this case I'm going to be putting them there to adequately take care of the load that is going to come in from, what do you call this, the extra beam, that is beam 5. So that is going to be, so now we've done this. The next thing that you want to do is I go to my sections. How many sections do I want to show? In this case, I think I'll show section A. Section A is good. Then we want section through the support, yeah, because you gotta know what's happening through the support. Then we also going to have section C, which is going to be the last section. Okay, all right, so pretty boy is still playing, and now we good. So these are the sections, so just wait up. Then this is gonna be in 3D view. So this is going to be my beam when it comes out on site. As you can see, 32s are huge bars, man. 32s are just huge. Just look at these bars. These bars are huge. Then you're gonna have the 12s at the bottom. This like tiny little 12s. Then you're gonna have the 16s at the center. And yeah, this is it. So this is a live stream video. And the thing I'm also doing a live stream is, you know, man, it's been 3 weeks since I did a video, and I have 500 subscribers now. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel, everybody who's supporting me. So I just thought, you know what, let me just show you these guys how I do an actual project, because it's, to have time to edit videos is a bit challenging right now. So there is the beam, there it goes. So I already designed these beams like way. I'm now just trying to detail them because now they're needed. So right, so last but not least, what you do is you go to the bending schedule, and in this case, I remember it's starting from off at grid. It's gonna be 5, 6. So it's 6. All right, I'll look at it later on, but I'm just gonna put 6. Right. So this might take too much time and it may crash, but normally after I've done this, the next thing that I do is just say generate schedule, and I wait for it, man. So, and remember, this is in demo mode, so we're gonna wait for it. Let's wait for it to produce the bending schedule. So as you can see there, it has produced the bending schedule. So let me just say file to see if I was in my working folder. So my working folder is wrong, so what I need to do is I need to go to computer, then go to desktop, because I have a folder title, and set this as my working folder. Yes, save, right? And save as what you want to save it as what. So I'm gonna go big and fbeam7, and it's gonna say save already exists. Yes, replace. Then after I'm done, the next thing, we just want to regenerate that schedule. Okay, now it's been used by another process. So what this means is I need to set a different folder. Alright, this is the boring part. No, there we go. The schedule has been generated. Now if we go to chill music, go to my desktop, go to live stream. Which one is the working folder again? Let's chill, let's see. There, as you can see, this is Prokon 3.0. It can be, it's trying to load the pads window, so we just have to wait for it. We're just gonna be patient for it because the live stream is not a tutorial. But yeah, so that is it. That is basically just the workflow that I usually go through when I'm designing beams, right? So let's see, I think 1447, yeah, it's 1747, so this is definitely it. So let's wait for it to start up. Now let's see, what else do I have? Two face. Fly to Tunisia. Now let's open with VOC media player. Alright, there you go. So this is what happens. We were in Beam, right? We did everything. We went to the detailing parameters and we set them. Then after setting the detailing parameters, we went to the main reinforcement and chose how we wanted our bars to be set up. Then next we went to the stirrups or the links and we chose Y8 bar mark SA shape to 60. And then we went to the shear reinforcement. This is where we're just showing where we want our stirrups to be at different spaces. Then we looked at the sections, where we want our sections, right? Then we looked at the 3D view. This just helps you visualize, but it's not important. And then we looked at the bending schedule. So all of this I was doing it so that we could have this bending schedule. But the problem is this bending schedule is not professional, man. Just look at it. To give you a glimpse, I'm just gonna go title block print, and let's just make sure the BS template, yep, it's definitely. So I'm gonna print a sketch on. So I'm gonna say print properties, pages, later. Then I go to A4. Then I say, okay, so I need to keep this video short as well, because where did it go? This software, I think it records. You see? No, that's not my. Let me see. Well, it's not taking up too much space, so I don't think it's using too much space. So we're gonna go to desktop, go to live stream, then we're just gonna say beam 7 sketch. That's what I do. And I'm also in a compromising position on my desk because I have a different setup. So let's see, let's wait for it to pop up. As you can see, I do a lot of detailing and everything. So wow. Right, there you go. Right, then what I want you to do is I want you to say view and rotate, right? So as you can see, this is not professional, except for the title block. This doesn't look good. So now this is where the part comes in. You've designed it, then you have what you did is, yeah, you detailed it because you told which bars you wanted, and you also have an idea where you need them. But the beauty of using Prokon is that the bulk of putting the bars and the line work and everything else has been done for us. Now what we only need to do is to be the last man, do the final touches, do the nice little nitty-gritties. Let's just make sure this one is recording. Yes, it is definitely recorded. It's been 23 minutes in and streaming. So let's go. Let's take care of that. So the first thing that you do is you go to status bar. Then you want to change this to elevations. Right, the music is still going. I like this track. Sections. Then just say okay for now. Then what you want to do is BB, select everything. Remember, I'm doing this in demo, man. This is in demo, so you don't have an excuse for learning Prokon, saying I don't know how to use it in demo. I don't know how to use it in demo. Okay, and we're gonna say okay. It just takes I say no for now. Then I just want you to move this, move it down a bit. Right, then I think that's okay. Now BB, we gotta move because I need some supper is cooking right now, and very soon people will be calling me, yo, where you at, Prokon Geek? You need to come and eat, so I can't defy those orders, because I'm not the one who's cooking. So if somebody's cooking for you, you have to go. So we're just gonna say title block sketch only. So we will do this whole numbering later. So print sketch only. Just want to see how it looks. All right, so I think I need to move it up a bit. So we're just gonna say before. So yeah, you have to be like an artist when you're doing this, because I always like to see how it will look before, as I saved it with the wrong name. Let's just go back, print sketch only, print, okay, then beam 7 sketch, then say overwrite. All right, now it's looking good. Now let's do the nitty gritty. So the first thing that you want to do once you've set your scales, I set them to 25%, is change this text. So make sure this one you change it from 2.5 to 5. All right, that's great. So you want to say text get that one, then text set. This is 2.5, 2.5. Okay, that's cool. So the next thing you want to EI, change this text to 2.5 as well. Am I making sure? I'm gonna compromise the setup. I think my shoulder is gonna hurt after this. Definitely need to watch a movie after this, because yo man, I can't. Then EI. So I found this cool movie called Train to Busan. It's a zombie apocalypse movie. So all you need to do is change the text ID. I think we're good. Then you text get. So people were saying it was like super cool, like the super coolest zombies. So I'm just gonna test it out and see if it's true. Now we gotta change this one. For the bars, you change it to 2.3, right? So text get, text set. Okay, right, I'm enjoying this. Then text get, then text set. Okay, we need to change the track. Chill music, man. Sis, which one is this one? No, man. Today's plan. No. I know. What am I busy changing music? Alright, now I think this one is okay. Sorry about the detail, but this is a live stream video. It's different from the rest, right? It's not a tutorial. This is 2.5, that's okay. So you're gonna text get this one as well, then text set this one. So you see, this is the beauty of using Prokon. I don't have to draw these sections. I just have to be me. This is already done for me. So then the next thing we're just gonna do is remove that, okay? And next thing that you want to do is EI, and set this text from pen 6, because this is going to show the edge of the concrete. Then change the style to C, go to C, hidden. Then line get that line, then line set, line get, line set. Then this is going to be the cantilever part, so you just want to LP this by 2, no, it's actually 110 both, so it's going to be 110. That's one thing that I'd almost missed. It's supposed to be one. What the hell is happening? So we're just gonna LP, yep, by 110. Oh, I'm on a different layer. I'm supposed to be doing it on the elevations. That is the problem. So it's 110 this side. So you're gonna LP this line by 110. All right, as you can see now, it is showing up 110. Then you line get, show that this is the center line. Then you line set this. So we're definitely going to need to move this bars to the other side. And that's the tricky thing about using shapecode 38. You can't afford to mess up on the length, because if you mess up on the length, a 32 bar cannot be unbent on site, and you don't want to start cutting off this bar, because there's really no way you're gonna be able to do anything about it. So you don't want to mess up when it comes to this bar, right? Obviously you want to make a provision for maybe shorter cover or the ends, so that at least it fits, because the most important part is the center part. All right, so once that is done, the next thing that I want to do is line get, then get the red line, set this section lines to red instead of green. Green is too thick, so we just want to do that. Then I need to finish this like super early. The next 15 minutes I should be done. Then I'm just gonna LY 15 minutes. so that, you know, remember, when everyone is telling you they're detailing in 10 minutes, they're lying to you, man. They're lying to you. I'm one of the fastest guys on the planet, trust me. Okay, I know I'm not the fastest guy on the planet, but hey, I'm like lightning speed, Lightning McQueen. You remember that cartoon? I think it was what, still in primary school, I think, when it came out, but I think late primary school. But you know, I'm a nerd, so anything that fascinates me can still fascinate me. So what we're gonna do, this is gonna be a lower bar, so we're gonna drag it to this point, and we're gonna remove this little red text, remove that. So if I seem a little bit slow, because I have to look past my microphone to do this, which I don't normally do. So we're just gonna EI and then change this to B. And what you can do is you can also just add main bar if you want, right? So that they know, because some people they can be blown on site, right? And then if you want, you can add this, and then you say this is going to be B, and then this is going to be a lacer. So these are going to be 2 lasers, and this is a 1611 with a 12. So we're just gonna LP already. I'm just gonna show you. Just LP this by 800. All right. Wow, is that 800? I didn't know. So this is by 800 as well. And LX, so there you go. And RX to extend the bar to this point. All right, bar mark 2, as you can see, has automatically changed, and it's also changing on the banisher. This is the beauty of using. I know some guys use AutoCAD. Stuck it to this one beautiful lady. She's still not married yet, so she's a civil engineer as well, and she was saying she uses AutoCAD, and I was like, whoa, you are the main engineers. Me, I'm lazy. I use software, main boss. All right, so that is good. Now you also just want to indicate for the people on the side that what is this distance going to be. So all right, I snapped to the wrong point, so LY, then DH. There you go. You're showing them that it's going to be 800, and then you can B4 this, bring it to that point, and LX at this point, then LY at this point, then DH, right? That point. Now we're good to go. So it's showing it's going to be 800. So this 2A main bars. Then also you need to change. So this is a Y12 bar. So by default it needs to anchor by 144. 12 by 12, there's 144. So it definitely needs to. So these are the nitty-gritties I was telling you that Prokon doesn't do for you. And that's why you then come in and you start doing them on your own. Next thing, yeah, the beam looks okay, looks cool. So I think we've taken care of the bottom bars. Now we need to take care of, so this is it, your main bars, like the bottom bars, they will end at your support. So by the moment you just RX, your bar automatically shifts and changes for you there. Now with the top bar, what you need to do is you need to know that the anchoring legs will definitely need to be 50 by 32. So 50 by 32, if you say 50 by 30, that gives you 1500. So 2 by 50, that gives you, all right, that's 2000, bro. I'm sure, right? Where's the calculator? So calculator, let me just, I think I have this. Let me just put 32 there. It's 1600. Oh my gosh, I lied. How did I get 2000? 1600. Okay, it's time for you to change, man. I know. Open with VLC. Okay, that sounds, I don't know. All right. No, it is 1006. Oh my god. So yeah, this is what's going to happen. It needs to sink all the way down. But since we don't have that huge, okay, so this is something that you can just make off as the engineer, right? If you go back, if you check the shear at the ends of the beam, or the moments at the end of the beam, is not too large, so it doesn't really need for you to have a huge development. Then so you can always cut that in half. So I'm gonna cut it in half, or you can even cut it in like fourth, because it's virtually almost zero, right? But in the case where you have you find this is what we're okay. You have your bar at the end there, but then your shear or the blue line will still be above your red line. So at the end, it's not a problem. What that just means is you need to put the development length. In this case of a 32, you would need to put 1600. But in this case where we don't have, these are some of the things you just need to be like looking at yourself just prerequisite. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know at this end there's not going to be a column, right? It's just going to be this guy carrying that guy. So what you're gonna do is this is a 500 D beam, so I'm just gonna put him a 400. So it's gonna be a 400. Let's put him a 400. So yeah, you can put the other guy, yes, but then I just realized we don't really have that much of shear at the end. So yeah, you can do that. That's just one of the things. So that is why you always need to do it in the end, even if you use software, because you see. So this is gonna be a top bar, and this is gonna be a main bar. So just main bars. And now, so this cover here is going to be okay. It's going to be correct, but you can just double check, because now this is where you need. So we need a minimum of 30, and as you can see, 30 is okay. But to just fine tune it, let me just LX at this point, then B4 at that point. Right, sorry, B4, then push it there, right? 30 and minimum of 30, because you don't want it to cover. But then you can always push it. I just let me push my bar, LP this by 10, just cut 10. Trust me, you know, on paper 10 looks like a lot, but when it comes to the actual framework, you could have problems. All right, so in this case, we're just gonna LP this. Now we know this is gonna be by 40. All right. And what we're gonna do is we now just need to RX by 40, and the bars are now good to go. So because that's the critical thing, that's why I also don't like using shapecode 38. It's tricky. It can be a very tricky thing, and I don't like tricky bars. So at least now, if it's like this, it'll be good to go. Then the next thing that you want to do, right, is you just want to B3, then copy this to this point. Don't worry about where it is. Then you're gonna copy it again, just put it. So the first one, you're gonna change it to exploded view, and it's gonna be not to scale, right? So this is how I detail. Listen to the music, that's the truth. Then you're gonna call this F beam 07, right? And this one is going to be a 220 by 500 deep. 500 deep. It's 500 deep, man. Or C downstairs. And yo, I make voices because I'm also a voiceover actor, or I pretend I am. But I wanted to do theater nuts, so that's the truth. I ended up here, but yeah. Change this. Right, I'm detracking. This is gonna be 5. Change this to pen 4. All right, now that looks good. Then right, no, we're gonna move the blue one. All right, so that looks good. Now the sections, you don't even need to play around it, because look at this. Section A, you have bar mark 1 and bar mark 4. This section B, you have bar mark B and bar mark 2. Then section, you have bar mark 4 and bar mark 3. All right, we need to change this. Line get, then line sit. All right, change the green line. That is okay. So what is the next thing? That I need to enter? This is, oh yeah, for some people can be blown on site, so you just have to do this for them. Can you imagine? Sorry about that. Why? You know, let me just put back my favorite track, but this one is kind of fire. I know some people are asking me, what age are you? And I'm telling you, I am pretty old, but the problem is I am young at heart. Probably the reason why I'm still not married as well. Although I don't plan on doing that. Alright, so 220. I'm gonna be the I want to be that rich uncle, you know, who doesn't get married but spoils his nephews. Right, so 220. Then just takes git because the 220s look too large. So takes git, takes sit. All right, takes git, takes sit. 220. All right, that's good. And we have set that. We are good to go. I don't see anything problem. Then you just want to come there and you want to say fbeam 07, and you just want to tell these people, trust me, you just want to be explicit. It's going to be, and also you want to be explicit, it's a downstand beam. So yep, that's good. Then also this, you can control I so that you sort of differentiate where these ones are, and you just want to say these are the links. All right, and I think we're good. Next thing that we want, dude, we're good. We have detailed it. Now all I need to do is just print it now. So I'm just gonna say today it was detailed by PG reference drawing. All right, I can show you all of this, but I'm just gonna say this is fbeam 07 rebar. All right, that looks good. Then all you want to do is print the sketch. Wow, did I just say sketch? Right, print and print, then overwrite. Now I want you to look at this. Look at that. Look at that beam. All right, now as you can see, you have clearly labeled to this. So remember, there are two types of detailing. You can detail the scale, or you can detail an exploded view. I'm detailing using exploded views, so we're good to go. So fbeam 07 220 by 500 deep RC downstand beam, exploded view, not to scale from grid 6 to grid 8. So you're gonna have two wide 32s bar mark 4T, that means top layer main bars. It's gonna be shaped with 38 as you can see. Then at the bottom you're gonna have two wide 12s bar mark 1 bottom main bar, and it's gonna be, as you can see, it's gonna go all the way. It's going to anchor into the column at grid 6, but it's not gonna anchor at the column at grid 7. And then it's just gonna go all the way to the cantilever at 8. And yep, same applies. It's gonna have a 220 beam connecting into it, so it's going to be correct. And now as you can see, we're good to go. 9 SA, 4 SA, 8 SA. So this is just showing them from this point. So I need to, yeah, that's the point. This is what you need to do. You also need to show these guys like what is going to be the length between. So the best way is just to detail this length, and then the rest they can work it out from themselves. Man, how dumb do you have to be not to be able to work out? This is 475, so this is going to be, all right, let me just, this is going to be 1660 minus 475. Come on, how down do you have to be? Hold on, I put all the other dimensions for you. All right, then after that it's going to be 8 SA at 150. So hopefully the still fixer doesn't see the video, but why would he see the video? So we're just gonna say print beam overwrite 220 by 550 deep RC downstand beam exploded view, not to scale, 2 wide 12s bar mark 3. So as you can see, all the bars are there. If you want, we can rotate it. So this is the cool thing, because people on site usually, you know, they're stingy. They don't want to print A1s, A0. So this is like an A4. And if you want to zoom to actual size, this is what it looks like on the actual size. Okay. All right. So excuse me, 2 minutes. I'm coming. So right. So yep. Now I need to go in it. So this is it. This is for the live stream. Now let me just print the bending schedules only. And to print the bending schedules only is okay. Just print the schedules only. Then you say print. And in this case, I just love to add BBS at the end. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we have successfully done a video live stream. Now I definitely need to cut it off. As you can see, sorry, I had to scream into the at the end, you know, someone has come. So this is my first time streaming as well. Now I have too many things playing, so but thank you for tuning in, and we're just gonna, I think Pretty Boy will just be the last video for us as we go. Okay, so this has been it. I've detailed beam 7. I've shown you how to detail beam 7 You've seen me detail just the sketch. Where's just the sketch? We just need to remove this. Just the sketch. Now, which is clear. This is what you put on site. They see this. If you want to add some knots, you can always play around with it. Nothing is to be done from to scale. They just have to use the dimensions that you have given them. This is just to show them the layout of the steel. If there are any connection details you want, you can show them with that. But now I've done it for beam 7. Now I have to go and eat, continue with my beams, watch a movie, then continue, go to work tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in. Till next time. It's been 45 minutes. We're gonna stop recording and stop streaming. So thank you. I know there might be no people watching it right now, but hey, who cares? It's a stream.